Hey guys, it's been a while. So you did request an update video. I don't know exactly how this is gonna go. I have notes of what I want to talk about. If you can, come on. There it goes. But I'm a yapper, so my thoughts aren't always very linear. I kind of go from here to there and back and all around loop-de-loop, so I'm going to try to make this seamless as possible, but if you know me and you watch my videos, my mind is all over the place. So, I do apologize for the longest wait. It wasn't supposed to be this long. However, things kept popping up. So I think at first we're just going to kind of talk about why my break was so long, what kind of happened, and then I have some updates moving forward and how the content, it's not going to really change all that much, but it is going to change in a sense, and some news and all of that kind of stuff. First off, June, I had planned on, so I have like a weekly planner here. I had like all the way through June to July planned out. So what had happened was I didn't get to it. So as you can see, we had, I think I quit posting like the first week of June. The middle of June, we had our Stray Kids concert. We had to travel for it. We went to the Atlanta show. Trip, fun time, great time. Concert, 100% amazing. The trip itself, chaotic. It was a chaotic shit show in general. The actual concert itself, best day of my entire life. Stray Kids is my ultimate bias in K-pop. I don't know if you know anything about K-pop. Love them. You can kind of see my posters. I don't know inverted shit. Okay, posters here, and then I have some of my albums here. The trip itself was great. We were gone for a few days because we drove up there. The next day was the concert, so we kind of went shopping. We got boba. I fucking love boba. We got some last minute shit for our concert outfits. I will say I was killing it. I do have pictures of that on my Instagram. I was trying to be more active on Instagram since I wasn't posting and streaming here, just so for the people that do follow my social media, they were getting some form of content. So yeah, the way the concert venue handled the concert was shitty. We ended up, I had like 5 Ubers cancel on me that night because they weren't allowing the Ubers to get to the venue. So they were blocking off roads. And so we would wait 15-20 minutes. The Uber would get right down the road and they would cancel us. We were like, okay. So we ended up having to walk a mile back to our hotel after like the 5th Uber. I think my phone was at like 2%. Katie's phone was at 1. It was an ordeal. And then, but it was great. We had a great time. So if you know, you know, anytime you go to the concert, you do have post-concert depression. It happens. It's a thing. So that next week, we just sat in bed and we didn't do anything. We were like, we wish we were back in Atlanta. We wish we were at the concert again, seeing Stray Kids. So that kind of was an ordeal. 4th of July, I went to visit my mom. So that was another 4-hour trip there and back. We were there for a few days. It was actually really nice. She lives on like this little man-made lake community. So that was, like I said, we've been on trips for concerts and stuff, but that was our first actual true vacation since we started this new job that we had when I moved back home. For those that you don't know, me and Katie work for the same exact company, just different, not at the same location. So that was our actual real first vacation, because all of our other vacations were like for like, I say vacation. All of our other trips were for concerts, so they were very to the T booked. Like we had to drive there, concert, drive back. Like, it was like very booked trips. So this was like our actual first break. We drove up, saw my mom. We didn't do anything the first day. I think we got hella sunburn because all we did was sit out in the sun and swim in the lake. And we made s'mores. We got to watch a ton of fireworks. It was absolutely gorgeous. Had a great time. Let's see. Then we had another concert in July that we had to drive for. That one we managed to do in one night. A lot of driving. If you don't mind driving, recommend. If you don't like driving, get a hotel. Because we didn't get back until 2 or 3 in the morning, I think. But that was a hella great time. I always love seeing ATs. That was our second time. The first time we saw ATs was in Chicago. Great group. Always so fun. I did lose my voice for a second. It wasn't as bad as when we saw him in Chicago. When we saw him in Chicago, I lost my voice for like a week. Crazy work. So yeah, just a mix of a bunch of traveling in July. I just didn't get to it. August, we had some family ordeal. September, I just wasn't in the correct mindset. It was just a lot of things were happening at once. Work was crazy. It was just a lot of things back and forth. So I do apologize for not... My plan was to start back recording in October. I really do apologize for not doing some form of recording or some form of small streaming any time during this. I definitely could have. I will say, other than the month of September, I don't know what was wrong, but I just was not sleeping. So I was way too tired to even think about coming up here, to be honest. I did feel really bad because, like I said, I had a whole, 2 weeks worth of content already, and then all these games were coming out, and I was like, shoot, I really want to play these games. I really want to stream. I'm missing Stardew. I just didn't have the energy. And then October hit, and in October, I was like, okay, it's spooky month, right? I had a few more horror games planned out to actually do. I was in my head, I was making a list. I was like, this will be cool. We can do more horror themed since it's spooky month. It'll be a good time. I personally am not a huge fan of horror, but I also like it at the same time. It's a weird combo. However, the animals had fleas, and we learned that, and for the first week, we had them kind of isolated throughout the house. We were putting the powder on the carpet, vacuuming all the time, starting to do laundry for everything. Katie has a dog. I have 3 cats. Again, I've talked about them multiple times, but if you didn't know. So imagine trying to bathe 3 cats multiple times. I had to bathe them all twice. My one cat just sits there and stares at me and screams. My other cat parkours, hardcore. And then my third, Salem, the black one, she is a spawn of the devil. My cats know not to bite. And the only time, I try my best not to bathe her because she's the short-haired one, and I have, no rinse shampoo that I use on her or wipes that I use on her because, she is the spawn of Satan when, you try to bathe her. She bit me twice. She got mad at me at one point because she had her claws dug into my shoulder, trying to climb up me, and I eventually got her nails out of my shoulder blade, and I told her not to hold on to my shoulders anymore. So her response was to grab my hair and just pull it. So that was nice. It probably sounded like a war scene going on in there. So after that, we had everything isolated. We were cleaning, we were vacuuming, we were doing everything that we were supposed to do. Fleas weren't getting any better. So we had to take all 4 animals to the vet to get a flea dip. And we set off one of those those smoker bombs in the house. So we stayed at my dad's for a couple days. We set off the bombs, let it sit like a day or two, went back, started cleaning to get everything to the, because we had to basically pack up everything. We had all of our, any electronics we either had to cover or move into the garage. All of like, we had to do basically all of our laundry that we could think of, unless we knew it didn't go anywhere to where fleas could get on it. Like all of my stuff that was hanging in my closet, but we had to bag it. Anything that we didn't want the residue of those chemicals on, we had to bag, and we had to move out of the house. So my car was full with a bunch of stuff. Our garage was completely full. So we were cleaning. We were getting ready to start moving everything back in. Still fleas. We were like, what in the hell is going on? So we bombed it for the second time, the little smoke bombs. And then this time we got a spray that was more so, is like kind of the ones that you use for the yard that you kind of set up with the hose and you spray. But this one was more concentrated for carpets. So we sprayed the entire house with that. The couch, the carpet, my bed, her bed, anything that we could think of. Luckily, my office, the animals are not allowed up here just because my one cat, she goes off and on. She sometimes likes to chew up cords. Sometimes she'll leave stuff alone. My other cat, he just likes to get on top of everything. It is impossible to get him. So the animals just aren't allowed in here just because I have a lot of my like really precious things in here. So luckily I didn't really feel the need to have to spray up here and take everything out of here. Because if I had to take everything out of here, I mean, you can see the background. You see all this shit? Insane. I was not about to do that. I had to do my entire room. We had to do the living room. We had to do everything downstairs. I was not about to do this office. So luckily I powdered. I used the powder like up until like maybe like right where the hallway stops and make like a little bit further out. I did that just to where if they did get on the stairs, like, because like fleas are attracted to warmth. I wasn't up here for months at a time, which also helped. Weirdly enough, my weird lull of not doing content for you guys helped in that situation. I will say that was like the one good thing about me not being up here. So I didn't really feel the need to like have to do everything like we did downstairs. But yeah, that was an ordeal. We ended up having the animals, instead of being at the vet for a couple days, they were there for a whole week. I had to stay at my dad's for a week. We weren't in the house. We basically had to, any of the laundry that we had been doing, we had to redo. We ended up just buying drying racks instead of just constantly using my dryer. We bought drying racks. We had stuff like our garage. We made, we got clothes hanger and we like went back and forth. And so we ended up, our entire garage was just like a laundromat basically of just things drying. It was an ordeal. So that was, that ended up being like a 3-week incident. Not fun. Do not recommend. Always check your animals for fleas before it gets out of hand, because God forbid, I do not wish that upon my worst enemy. That was awful. So that was the month of October. And here we are. November. And the thing about November, it's the end of November actually. It's almost December. Why? Because 2 weeks ago, like two and a half weeks ago, I think it was like the second week of November, I came up here. I was like, all right, I'm ready to record. I'm going to start. I have it all planned out. I was like, I'm going to do it 100%. I'm coming up here. I got ready. I had a game in mind. I was literally about to do something. My computer crashed. My hard drive just completely dead. Completely dead. And, yeah. The thing with that, though, it's annoying as shit. My computer completely wiped. Luckily, I had anything that we used for content creation, me and Katie had saved on a Google Drive, because any file I had on my computer completely wiped. I had to re-download OBS and figure out all of those settings. I had to re-download a bunch of my game, like anything I had on my computer, I had to completely re-download. That thing was completely wiped. I ended up just getting a new PC. Here, you can see my old one is here, and then the new box is over here still because I'm keeping that. They're in your like, B, why did you get a brand new PC? You could have just replaced the hard drive. So the thing with that is, I was planning on getting a new computer anyways. I don't know. You could probably definitely hear it in some of the videos. That shit was loud. There was times, especially when I played very high resolution games or just games that like had a lot going on, especially when I played Garden of Banban, something in there just started rattling. You know, I'd have to like smack it a little bit. It would stop. Anytime I reset the computer, it would rattle. The computer was going downhill. So I had planned on getting a new one soon. I was just waiting more towards the summer. So I was planning on waiting like 6 to 7 months before getting it. So when this happened, which honestly was a huge ordeal. Like it truly, like, it was up for a second, completely crashed. I tried rebooting it so many times. Like I had a Google, Reddit, I had all these things open and I was doing everything that it told me to do. None of it worked because it was my hard drive. And, you know, I thought about it for a little bit and I was like, I could buy a couple $100 hard drive, just replace it and move on about my day. But I knew I was wanting a new PC. So in my head, I couldn't justify spending a couple $100 on a new hard drive and then turning around 6 months later and getting another PC. Like, to me, that would be a waste of a couple $100. I'd much rather just go ahead and get the new PC now. So that's what I did the next day. Went to Best Buy and got one. Luckily, it was on sale because since it was November, they were doing the Black Friday sales. So I ended up getting a really decent PC in my budget that I was planning on spending anyways. And I don't really have a way of showing you, because I could move stuff around, but it would be a lot. But it's white now, so you could see. I'm really bad at inverted controls. You can see this one was just black. I had some stickers on it, like the black keyboard. I really like my Corsair keyboard because it had the lighting effects and you could change it with Wallpaper Engine. But yeah, my new one is white and it's a lot more glass, which makes me nervous. I don't know. You can kind of see what it looks like on here. But like the front is glass, the side is glass. It has a lot more things that change color. And it came with a really nice, it came with a keyboard and a mouse that's all white. The mouse is actually color changing too. I thought that was cool, really cool. And it doesn't work with Wallpaper Engine, which I'm a little sad about, just because I think it's cool when you pick a wallpaper and it changed like the whole theme of everything when they said it like that. But I like the keyboard because it's smaller. It's like, because my old keyboard was probably like that big. Hold on. Yeah, like that big. This one's more like that. So it's a lot smaller. It takes up a lot more space, or a lot less space. And the keys sound so much more milky. They're softer. It's actually really nice. And it comes with its own software to change the colors. And the software is a lot more advanced. Like I said, it doesn't work with Wallpaper Engine, but there's a lot more stuff that I can do with what it gives me. Instead of just changing the color, there's a lot more options to it. And I like when it does it, like, if something's flowing, it flows really smoothly from my PC tower to my mouse to my keyboard, which I find extremely cool. But it kind of matches anyway, because, like, I was really nervous about getting the white, just because white, I know, gets dirty faster. But I honestly am really glad that I went ahead and went with the white because it makes everything look so much brighter. My keyboard, my mouse, my mic has always been white. I have, you can't see it, but just like right over here, I have, like a cubby thing with all of my pens and notebooks and like coasters and stuff, and that's been white. So it honestly does match the rest of it. It makes everything look brighter and cleaner and crispier, and like, my chair is white and pink. I have a pink Sailor Moon mouse pad. So it kind of all just matches and blends and makes everything look really nice and bright. So I was really excited about that. And then after that, it's like I said, it's been one thing after the other, guys. After that, I went to go record. I got all of the new games down. Like, I got all of the games that I was previously playing and all the ones that I have planned playing on the next couple weeks. I got all that re-downloaded. I got all of my systems changed. Luckily, my Microsoft account was up to date, so a lot of those settings I didn't have to mess with. It just, like, it was backed up with the cloud, so I just logged into Microsoft, and a lot of those settings were already pre-done. But yeah, I had to re-download OBS, and then you guys know I'm not very tech savvy. There's certain things that if I like mess around with it enough, I'll be able to figure it out. But if it's super technical, not a me thing. I'm just not really good at like technology in advanced ways. I can, like I said, I can definitely figure it out if I took the time to, but Katie is she's a lot smarter when it comes to that, because you know she does all the editing and everything anyways, and she knows a lot of it. So she had to come up here and she had to reconfigure my OBS, which is the streaming platform I use to record and stream, if you guys don't know. So that took about like an hour or so, and because she had to like redo like my camera, and like if you can tell, I didn't really do chatting all that much. And when I look to the side, I keep looking to my other monitor to look at the screen on OBS. But, like, the surroundings, I have a new background for just chatting. When I do stream, if you guys see it, I have a new starting screen. I have a new be right back screen. And I have a new ending screen. And I'm really excited about that because, to me, it matches me more. It matches kind of like my vibe and my aesthetic more than the old ones did. And she set it up in a way to where if I can find like a non-copyrighted playlist of like lo-fi music or something on Spotify, I'm not doing it now just because I really didn't want to mess with it at the moment. Like, it's something that I want to look into more, because I know YouTube is very weird with copyright. But like if I'm doing just chatting or like my startup screen and it's taking me a while to actually start streaming, or like if I do have to leave my computer to do something and I have to do like the BRB screen, like, I can have music playing in the background, to where it's not, like, just dead silent for you guys. Because, like, I know that can get awkward. So that took a while. And then, like I said, I had gotten ready. I had picked out a game to go play. And I pulled up OBS because Katie was amazing and she had that all figured out. And I went to just turn on the light with my camera. My camera died. And that was last week. So, because today's Sunday? Yeah, that was the beginning of last week. So yeah, truly one thing after the other. So I got immediately on Google. Luckily, like I said, all the Black Friday deals were there. And I got a new webcam. But as you could probably see, it's very noticeable. I figured out how to do the resolution on here better. Because like, when I pulled up my camera like on the computer, it looked great. And then I opened OBS and it looked so shitty. I was like, bro, what's up with this camera quality? Like, it's going from here to there. Like, so that took me a little bit to figure out. But as you can see, since I changed the resolution, the screen's bigger. So you can kind of see more of my office. So I need to make sure that I keep it cleaner for you guys. Because, like, there was a bunch of shit right here I had to move. Because, like, we don't talk about that. That's just shit I don't have room for. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm keeping this box. I just don't know where to put it yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to make sure I keep my office cleaner for you guys, because you can see higher resolution, HD, the background of my office now. But yeah, but I got a brand new camera light as well. Brand new camera. I like it because it is a lot better quality. And the camera I like because it's separate, the light I like because it's separate from my camera now. And I can actually change it a lot more. Like, I knew my old one, there was like a software that I could go into and like change the warmth or the coolness of it and like it had a scale of brightness. This one I really like because I don't have to wear, like, there is a software I can download to where I can do it on the computer, but there's buttons on the back, so I can make it brighter or I can make it dimmer, and I can make it like a super warm light or like a super cool light. Right now I have it in the middle. I think the middle suits me best because my other one was more of the cool light, and it kind of made me look washed out and like pale, which I already have paler skin a little bit more. Sometimes it just made me look a little ghostly, and I was like, ooh. But this one I like because I like the middle warmth. I think it suits my skin tone because I have kind of, yeah, like a more of like a yellowy undertone in my skin tone, whereas like Katie's is very pink. So I think like the middle kind of suits my skin tone better. But it's so funny since my PC is like a lot more glass. You can see the colors changing on my face. That's interesting. But yeah, it's been an ordeal. So that is why I haven't recorded in a while. That's all the updates. As for news, here we go. Also, I need to put my Christmas tree up. It's like down, it's like on my stairs, but I need to put it up like right here. So that way it's Christmassy vibes in here. Anyways, as for news, I'm moving. You're like, what? Y'all just moved back home. Yeah, I'm moving again. So this lovely office, how much I absolutely adore it, how cool I have the setup and how I have everything on the wall, that's going to change. Now you may be thinking, what? You're just now coming back. You're moving? Like, are you going to take a break? All of that. There probably will be a break in content. However, I'm not moving until May. So, it'll be a few months. I'm moving to Japan. So, crazy work. Across the world. Halfway. Brand new country. Brand new time zones. All of that. Me and Katie are going to go to language school. We're starting off with language school just because that's the easiest thing to do. Because you can extensively learn a language here, but unless you're enveloped in the culture, you're not really going to really learn it in the way that you need to. So we want to start with that, and then once we actually get the language down in language school, we can move on from there. I know Katie really wants to do tech stuff. I obviously want to continue with the content that I'm making, but I do have a degree in biology, so I do think, I don't know if I want to, but it would be an option to go back to school and do biology over there, because since it is an island, I would have more of a wide variety of what I want to do. Like where I live now, if I want to do anything with ocean-related animals, I would have to move to the coast. I don't want to move to the coast here. I don't want to move to California. I don't want to move to like Florida or like anywhere in the Gulf of Mexico. I don't want to live in any of the ocean cities here. I don't. Alaska would be cool, but like also I don't think I could deal with I'm not good with, I just don't think I could deal with it. So, like, you have to move very wide ranges of, like, and we haven't, like, I don't know. So, I think if I did further it over there, it would be a lot cooler because I would have the sea animals very close by. They have, forests and stuff. They have, like, a wide variety of wildlife that I could decide to do. But, whatever I end up doing after language school, I'm definitely going to do content. I absolutely love doing this for you guys. So, moving forward in that regard, content will change. My main thing is going to be streaming and gaming 100%. Since I am moving, I do want to get more into vlog type of things. If you have any comments on that, definitely let me know. I've kind of already decided I'm going to do it regardless, so if it's a hate comment, then like, oh well. But like if you have any ideas or anything that you want to see in particular, just let me know. I'm trying to get more into that. For my birthday, actually, Katie got me a tripod that can connect to my phone and this webcam, because this webcam can screw on to a tripod. My light can screw onto a tripod. But she got me a tripod for that. I want to get like one of those like little mini mics because I think they're really cute, but I think that would be cool. And then I do have like an actual vlogging camera in mind. It's like one of those tiny ones. It's like this big. And that one I can use as a webcam like on my laptop or something if I want to. But I do want to get more into vlogging. I think that'll be cool. I could do more like baking type videos if you want to see that, because me and Katie have been baking like crazy lately. Mainly her, because she's more of the baker than I am, but I do love to bake. So if y'all wanted baking videos, I could potentially do that and have that either as a stream or as a vlog that I can post. Content-wise, I want to start posting on TikTok. I have a TikTok. I don't really have it linked anywhere just because I think I have like one TikTok on it and that's it. And that was like 2 years ago. I do want to start getting in more into that. And a lot of that has to do with me being... I get really shy. On here, it's a lot easier because I'm just kind of basically yapping and playing a game. So, like, my attention span's, like... But recording myself doing something other than just sitting here playing a game or talking makes me shy. But, like, I've been really wanting to get into the TikToks for a while now. I love all of, like, the trending, like, the dance choreographies that trend. I love, like, a lot of the trending, just a lot of it. Like, the get readies with me. I love those. I love the little mini vlogs. I love, like, the day in the life. You know, like the little, like even the mini baking ones or the mini cooking ones where I have some recipes I could show, you know. I don't know. I have a lot of content that I think would do really good on TikTok. And the good thing about doing that is I could post it here for YouTube Shorts. So you guys could still see it. You guys could follow my TikTok for the ones that I don't post on YouTube. But it could be like an interchangeable thing where a lot of them I could post as shorts on here. I want my TikTok to be more of like a daily life type of thing, not just strictly gaming, because I was recommended that by a couple people. Be like, oh well, you know, do clips of your video games onto TikTok. I want them to be separate. I do really like kind of like the lifestyle type of content. So I guess really one of the main reasons why I'm kind of talking to you about this is I kind of want to get your input. If that's something that you think you guys would really like to see or what. I'm probably going to post it regardless just because I like, that's just something I really want to get into. But I am really excited to do that. I just kind of have to step out of my comfort zone because anytime I go to film a TikTok, and I have so many good ideas in my head. That's the crazy thing. Like, I will think of an idea for a TikTok and I'm like, that would be hilarious. That would be a great TikTok. And then, like, I get too shy to actually record it. So I do really think I could do good on TikTok in that sense, but I really like the fact that I'd be able to post them to shorts here. But I do want to start vlogging, especially once we, like, I'll kind of do like a travel vlog kind of thing of like packing and getting ready, and then like obviously going over there like on a plane. And our plan is to get there, kind of do some touristy things, get that out of the way, and then settle down, find an apartment like where the school's at and all of that. So I think overall that'll be really fun. I think that'll be really interesting content for you guys to be able to kind of see how that's going. So I will kind of do longer vlogs. I'll do more of like I said, the TikTok type of vlogs and post it on shorts. But once I get like the TikTok set up and kind of comfortable in how I want it to be, I'll post the link on here and it'll be linked on my Instagram and my Twitter and all of that. So you'll be able to find it. That being said, once I move, content, I'll kind of have a gauge of when I should post the content. So the content time probably won't change for the most part because I can post it whenever. It might for a while be more sporadic just until, because there'll be, I might have to do more of the vlog type of uploads for a while, and the games will probably have to quit because I won't be able to get my PC shipped over there for a good solid few weeks. So it'd probably be a month or so before I actually get to play a game. However, I'm going to plan it to where I have a lot of things backlogged to where y'all won't really be able to notice the difference as much. But it's going to take some time for us to get settled and for our PCs and our stuff to get shipped over there. But I'm getting a laptop for Christmas. Like I said, I have this new webcam. I'm getting a vlogging camera, a tripod. So I'll be able to stream on my laptop. I'll be able to kind of post more so like that lifestyle content for you guys instead of the gaming. And I'll be able to like stream from the hotel, kind of that kind of thing until we get more settled with our things. But so it's going to take time, and it's going to be a process of just kind of getting settled and everything. So I'll let y'all keep that in mind once the day, like I said, it's not going to be until May. So we got like 6 months. It's going to be a while, but a lot of things are going to kind of change content-wise just because of what I want to get into. And just once I'm over there, like, I'll have a little bit more of a restriction until I get my computer shipped to me. But I am excited to do that type of content. I've been thinking about it for a while. I really hope you guys like it just as much as the gaming. Because I'm getting more into the more advanced technology to do a lot more of that stuff. I've always really been into photography anyways, so I think that'll be cool. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, your thoughts, if you have any ideas for that type of content or what you would like to see. I'm not going to do it immediately. It'll probably take a couple months for me to kind of get into it, and like I said, step over that that comfort zone that I kind of have placed for myself. But I'm really excited for the channel, and I'm really excited how that's going to grow once I move. I'll have a lot more time to stream for you guys. I'll have a lot more time to do, like I said, all of the different types of content, because I won't be as busy as I am here. I'll be in school for a few hours, and then I'll have like a part-time job over there. I'm not going to be as busy, and I'm not going to be as burnt out as I am here, and I'm really excited for that because I'm going to be able to kind of put a lot more time into this with you guys and kind of go from there. So, yeah, that's the updates. That's the news. So, I'm so sorry that I took forever to start posting again. I feel so bad for that. I constantly thought about it. I didn't forget about you guys. But yeah, we're going to start getting back into it full swing, and I'm going to start trying to figure out the different types of content. Like I said, you'll probably see it as shorts first, and then once I like kind of get that TikTok thing going, I'll link it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. And like I said, I'm sorry for this long awaited video. Let's see. Like 6 months. It's been 6 months for you guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, everything's pretty much perfect now. Right now, we're just kind of getting everything ready with applying to the school and moving. So other than that, I have more time to actually spend with you guys. And then once I move, my streaming will be a lot more frequent, but the timing will be weird, so it'll be a weird time difference. We'll have to figure that hump. We'll have to get over that hump when we get there. But yeah, I hope this update video was as good as you thought. I'm not really used to just like yapping. Like I said, my thoughts kind of go all over the place. So you probably got a lot more detail than you were expecting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in some games. So bye.